So we've heard the warning loud and clear, but we've also seen the pictures of members of the public absolutely disregarding it. They've had it up to here. They're trying to live their lives, earn a living, get to hospital, do the stuff that we want to do. It's been going on for a heck of a long time. And obviously, people are minded to get out of the car and drag the protester out of the way. So is it right to say don't do it?
I think that what's happened is that the protesters did have the support of the public when they first started out, but now it's gone on too long. And when you see these protesters actually blocking fire engines, ambulances, emergency vehicles, that is too much. And you see some of the members of the public who are trying to get sick children to hospital, who are trying to visit relatives, and you can understand the frustration and the emotion in them. And the police have now come out and said, please don't touch them, don't move them, we will come and deal. But the problem with that is it takes so long. And if you're on the way to a hospital or you're unwell, or you're even trying to get to work, and bearing in mind, we're in a cost of living crisis where people need to work, and sometimes they're balancing 2 or 3 jobs. When you've got a protester who makes does what they need to do for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that's fine. But when they're gluing themselves to things and closing roads down so that they have to be cut out off the tarmac, they have to be unglued, which takes time. And guess what? The taxpayer's paying for all of that. So we as taxpayers are paying for the ungluing, for the carrying away, for that spray paint to be taken off government buildings. So the public are quite rightly losing their rag with them, and that's where it's going a bit wrong. And that's why the police have now come out and said, don't intervene because emotions are running so high.
Yes, but I mean, when you say the public are quite rightly losing their rag, what do you mean? I mean, we're not allowed to go around losing our rag with people, are we? Whether we're provoked and whether it makes sense to us and whether our tempers are frayed and our days are interfered with, we're still not, are we, supposed to be losing our rag? On the other hand, we are entitled, aren't we, and empowered within the law to make citizens' arrests if we should so desire and if we're in a position to do so. So I'm not sure legally where we stand on getting out of a car and dragging a protester out of the way, provided we don't cause them bodily harm. Are we allowed to do it or are we not allowed to do it?
You're not actually supposed to touch a protester or drag them away, because then you're leaving yourself open to allegations of all sorts of common assault, damaging their rucksacks, dragging them across gravel so they cut themselves or they cut their trousers. So you legally, you haven't actually got the right to do that. When I say losing their rag, I mean having an argument or a discussion, not beating the protesters up, because that is illegal. So, but what's happening is people are getting emotional because they have places to go to, and this has gone on for far too long.
OK,
And
so
that's where the
where's the
police.
punchline on all of this, Palm? I mean, what's meant to happen? Obviously, you could say that understanding has evaporated, patience has run out. At the beginning, many people said, God, I've been sitting on this bridge, for 2.5 hours. Obviously, it's really ruined my day. I am thoroughly beeped off with it, but I'm broadly sympathetic to what these people are trying to do. I get it. In a way, I feel guilty that I'm not one of them. And so I'm sitting on this bridge, faintly fuming, but hey, I'll put up with it. That was a long time ago. Then there was lots of publicity given to the fact that police were sort of asking protesters, is there anything we can get you? Can we help you at all? What would you like? A nice mocha, for example, a fudge brownie? What can we get you? And that really got people's goats. Plus the enormous slowness of the time elapsing as people wait for these protesters to be removed by the police, which seems to take forever if it happens at all. So the question I suppose I'm asking is, what will happen next, do you think?
I think it's going to go on for a while longer, because the police have to call people, experts who unglue these people, who cut the tarmac away from their fingers and their hands very carefully so they don't get hurt. And as you say, they had to give these protesters water. So in the scorching heat, they had to give them water because of their health and their safety. So, it's the wrong way round, and that's why the public have lost their patience, because they see these protesters being looked after. And, you may have some people who are listening who are protesters, and it's fine, make your point, but why so much disruption? And why are they blocking emergency vehicles? Why are they stopping people from going about their lawful business? It's almost like the law is turned upside down.